This segment is sponsored by Ronald McDonald House Charities of Richmond.
Well, the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Richmond is hosting its 10th annual Red Shoe Rendezvous coming up on September 26th. Weezie's Kitchen is part of the fun this year. Owner Todd Gelsomino joins us in the Virginia This Morning kitchen. We're already sizzling.
Got a little onions and peppers sweating.
These are a key ingredient to tell us what we're making today.
We're gonna make some mini crab cakes with a spicy aioli. We serve that almost, I think, every year at the
I was gonna say,
Ronald
I think
McDonald
it's like the
House
signature
Rendezvous.
dish, right, for you?
One of them, correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So while we're sweating up these onions, I'm gonna come over and grab some of our dry ingredients.
Okay.
So we've got some little bit of breadcrumb.
Sounds good. Now, Todd, you've been a part of this. We said at the top of the show, this is your 9th year doing it?
Correct.
Okay.
Since we opened up in May of 2008, and then so this will be our 9th year.
Yeah.
Or no, we opened.
My
in
math
7.
starts to get fuzzy around the 10-year.
Right. So we're now going to add some Old Bay seasoning to the breadcrumbs.
Seems like that's a key ingredient for a crab cake.
So let's slide over here. We're going to have our lump crab cake, or crab meat.
Okay.
And we also use some claw meat.
Lump and claw. What kind of balance does that bring?
A little bit of sweet in the texture. Kind of the claw meat tends to be a little bit sweeter, and the lump holds up better in the crab mix itself.
Holds a good blend together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, with the dry ingredients mixed in there, we're going to take a little bit of our grain mustard.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a lemon juice.
Wow. Now, how far in advance should we make these? Do these have to like sit and meld, Todd, or can you just make them and cook them?
There's no hold time. Like you can do it as soon as you're ready to make dinner.
Okay. When you get the hankering for crab cakes, that's the time to go.
We take our egg in there, mix up our wet ingredients together.
Ooh, what was that? Egg and?
Egg, sour cream, and a little bit of lemon juice.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I've ever heard sour cream as part of the recipes. Mm-hmm. That's why we love the show. We get all these chef secrets that you share.
All right, so this is just gonna get tossed together. You don't wanna break the crab meat up too much, but you do need to incorporate it all together. We don't use a lot of breadcrumbs, just enough to bind it together with the egg. You really want the
crab to shine through.
Pull through, exactly.
You've been doing this for so many years, Todd. This must be near and dear to your heart.
You know, it is such a great event. I mean, what the Ronald McDonald House does for families, it's amazing. At the end of the event, when you get to hear how it's affected like a specific family, I mean, it really tugs at your heartstrings. I have an 8-year-old and an 11-year-old, and just to see a family going through tough times, and Ronald McDonald's House is there to help them and kind of take some of the burden off of having to be in a different city and having your child go through something in a hospital that you wouldn't wish on anybody.
Yeah, and it occurred to me too, Todd, you raise a great point. These families are coming and receiving, a home away from home while they're staying here in Richmond. And it really, by you supporting this event, it really helps make Richmond an ambassador when we're hosting these families. So, and crab cakes are a good way to warm their heart, I think.
I'm gonna actually steal the onions and peppers from you.
Okay, you can tell I was having fun. Now they came right from the being sautéed there. Is that okay, or should I let them cool down?
Usually we'll cool them down a little bit, let them get it to temperature so that you're not, scrambling eggs in your crab mix.
I'm not calling you out, Todd.
No,
I just
worries,
wanted to ask
worries.
if one day I get brave enough to try to make these at home.
We have a little bit of clarified butter in the pan.
Okay.
And you're just gonna don't squeeze it down too much, but you want to go ahead and get it.
And just like you said, not with over mixing. Don't squeeze it too much.
Don't squeeze it and compress it. You're not making a burger patty here. You want the crab meat to stay nice and loose in there.
And I tell you what, Weezie's celebrating an anniversary this year too. You guys are getting ready to do a little refreshing too.
We are. We're actually doing a remodel end of this month, beginning of October, where we're going to go through. We're doing all new booths, tabletops, painting, and lighting through the place. So we've been there. It'll be 10 years in May, so it's time for a refresh and just kind of get ready for the next 10 years.
That's what I can't believe. I was telling Todd when we got started this morning, it feels like I still think of Weezie's as the new restaurant in Carytown, but 10 years flies by when you're having fun.
It does, it does.
So just let these do their thing.
You're gonna let them brown up on the bottom really nice.
And Todd, if you've been doing this, coming back each year and participating, there are other restaurants. You're one of 14 talented restaurants and caterers coming in to do the Red Shoe Rendezvous. It must be fun coming back and seeing each other year after year, because there are regulars.
It's a lot of the same folks coming in and supporting the Ronald McDonald House. It is a great group of people and chefs.
Okay, so these just do their thing, get a nice crust. You're using a cast iron pan. Of course, that works on our induction burner here in the studio. But is this a good one to use? Or is crab tricky because it can get, I just asked, like non-stick?
Yeah, non-stick is probably going to be the best thing for you. A seasoned cast iron skillet, you're not going to have a problem with it sticking to the bottom of it. So.
Now, while we're letting these do their thing, you have an aioli that's going over top of these.
We make it in-house at Weezie's, and it's a spicy aioli. We use a little bit of Cajun spice, Old Bay, and with aioli, mix that in together. It does have a good little kick. It does keep us from keeping the spice out of the crab cake in case some people aren't really into the heavy spice. So it adds a good little flavor at the end, and I don't know. It's you can have it with or without, so that makes it a little bit easier for folks that don't want to.
He's keeping that recipe a trade secret, folks.
Yeah.
Notice that's right here. We're just going to squeeze it on. But that's a good thing to know, because if you are making these at home or you're coming to enjoy them at the restaurant, you could order them and be confident, okay, these aren't going to be too spicy for me.
Exactly.
I can put that on top and have that as an option.
That is correct.
It doesn't take long for these, Todd.
No, they really they set up pretty nice and quick. So.
And then once we make these, we can just go ahead and enjoy, or you can kind of keep, these are ones that you could keep warm for a party, but...
Yeah, they hold pretty nicely. If you have them on heat, they don't tend to dry out too much, and they really hold up well. And we'll go through about over 300 of them on the event night.
Wow. So you guys have to be ready.
We are in production mode, yes.
Well, we're ready for it. It's going to be a great event. Thanks for being with us, and thanks for returning to the event. That's important that community partners support endeavors like this. So Todd,
thanks for having us out.
Red Shoe Rendezvous event is coming up Monday, September 26th at 6 p.m. at the Hilton Short Pump and Spa. For all the information and tickets, visit rmhc-richmond.org/redshoe.